Wait, are we live? Yes.
It's
We are.
happening.
It's happening. There we go. All right, we are live. How's our audio? We have guys send us questions. We have Music Guy 20 here. We have Love Bunny. We have Maggie. We have our Queen. How's our audio? Jesus. Oh my goodness. Maggie saying Jesus is my love. I don't need a boyfriend. Enjoying the single life as my freedom. All
You
right.
do you, girl.
I have such a dirty joke right now, but I'm not gonna. I'm
We're
not gonna
keeping it
say.
halal, okay?
Okay, we're gonna keep it halal.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube version of halal. Music is saying first question. Atheist Republic. Armin, will you be Sims Valentine's for V Day? Oh, I am. I am extremely straight, music guy. I'm sorry. I'm very, very straight.
I think it's fair to say Armin is the most painfully straight person I know.
Yeah, I'm so straight as painful.
It is painful.
Yeah. Love Bunny saying I was gonna ask Garmin to be my Valentine, but music guy beat me to it. Now I'm sad. I'm a sad bunny.
Do you know
Oh,
who my Valentine is?
who?
Well, I have to see if he follows through. Vince said that he's going to send me a Valentine's Day card.
Oh, okay, that's sweet.
Oh, yeah, that's in a few days.
Okay, here. Kenji saying, on the day of judgment, what sins will your hands and feet confess to Allah? Oh my God, we can.
Armin and I are thinking the same thing right now.
No, I would be like, I wouldn't even like, on Judgment Day, like you have these like angels coming and reading your sins. I would be like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna see myself in. You don't even have to read it. Just
What
open
sins
that
would your
door.
hands and feet confess to Allah? Well, my feet alone would
Oof.
put me away for life.
Elaborate.
Um. I think that's all people need to know.
Oh my God, you're gonna have so many people wanting more details after this. Oh, Vikram is here.
Use your imagination.
Al Uza is here. What are your thoughts on veganism? Oh my God, I have so many videos in this.
Yeah, a lot of go check out a live stream because otherwise this will turn into like
Yes,
45-minute rant like on one question.
yes. Should I give a summary? I think like it's a noble thing to do, but not necessary. You could pick other things to do if you want to help.
And you also have more controversial opinions, like that it actually has
No,
crippled the animal rights movement.
no, not veganism. Vegan activists. Those are two
You're
separate
right.
things.
That is an important distinction.
Yes, yes. Just like Islam and Muslims are not the same thing. Veganism and vegan activists are not the same thing. Veganism is good as an option for you to be helpful, but you can be helpful in other ways. It doesn't have to be what you pick.
Wait, I saw a question from Bunny. Where'd it go? Another mental health check. How are you guys today? Do you believe in positive affirmations? If so, mind sharing your positive affirmations? How am I doing today? I'm doing a hell of a lot better than last week. So that's good. I've been working really hard on my skin. My skin is clearing up. And I'm like, yes. So I'm very happy and proud about that. Short answer, do you believe in positive affirmations? I know Armin does. He is very, but you try to get me to do positive affirmations on myself all the time.
Yeah. and also gratefulness, I guess. I mean, there is scientifically been proven to be helpful. I'm not just saying this is not like an opinion. This is not just an opinion. Okay, I don't believe in positive affirmation because it's like, oh, it just sounds good to believe that this is helpful, or like reminding yourself throughout the day about the things that you're happy about and grateful for. I don't just like, oh my god, this sounds so nice. Let's do it because it just sounds so nice. No, this is actually experts have mentioned that this is helpful. It's actually one of the best ways of increasing your happiness levels. So yeah,
What are
but
your
I also look down upon people
Oh,
who believe this stuff because it just sounds good. Okay, but
you have to believe it for the right reasons.
you have to
Uh,
believe it for the right reasons. Yeah, but go
but
on.
what are some of your positive affirmations? I know what you tell me to say to myself. I don't know what you say to yourself.
I mean, I'm me. I mean,
Mm.
do I need to say more?
Oh, well, it goes funny. There's your answer.
All right, like I just like every day of like, isn't it just isn't it just awesome to be me? Like how lucky I am to be me every day.
Ooh,
Like, yeah, oof, it's amazing.
mashallah.
You know how other people like, I wish I was like that person. I was like, I'm gonna be more me today because I'm so great. Okay.
What a lot
All
of
right.
people don't realize is Armin does a lot of this to try to get it to rub off on me.
Mhm.
That's actually true.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
was.
you tell me to be proud of myself,
Yeah.
and you make me say that I love myself,
Oh,
and yeah, you really want me to work more on being proud of myself. I think that's like the number one thing.
is it working?
I think I've been better recently. I think
Yes,
you've
you
noticed
have.
that too.
Yes, yes. I just wanted you to say it. Uh,
Ah.
all right. All right, let's go here. This one. You want to read that one?
um, Cafe is saying, "What do you think of N and DNT and the fact that atheists can no longer identify as atheists once they've had a breakthrough experience on DMT?"
I mean, it shows how base it's one of the things that could help you identify how not based on objective reality it is, right? That if you are an atheist and you have DMT and then you mess with your chemicals in your mind, now you believe in God, that shows that the conclusion had nothing to do with evidence or objective reality. It was based on emotions. Like it's basically, it kind of doesn't leave out it doesn't leave any other options, right? Nothing about the data collection, nothing about the data that you were collecting from the outside world changed. Your mind was changed, your
It's
emotions were
literally you like actually I was gonna say an electrical storm in your brain, but that's technically a seizure. Um it's yeah, that's actually what drives me crazy is because okay, let's pull aside for a second. I need to complain about something. It's
Hmm.
probably a symptom of the environment I live in, but it is so freaking hard to go on a date with a man and not have it be derailed into his conversations about his psychonaut adventures. You know, like freaking the psychoactive drugs he's messed with, and it's so fucking boring. And they're like, yeah, so like I'm a banker now, but I basically don't. I think that we're living in a simulation, but I like still go and do my work every day, so I'm super successful. But I don't think any of this is real. Blah blah. Blah. Anyway, how's your meal? And I'm like, what the hell is that? And then it always becomes that conversation when I talk about this side of my life and my activism. They always want to detract into their psychoactive experience that like I'm like, and I'm sitting there like none of this actually is evidence or proof or something. Like you're just screwing with your brain. um,
Yeah.
and not always necessarily screwing with it in a bad way. There can be positive effects to LSD. In particular, the things that it does to serotonin receptors in a controlled environment under the supervision of a professional. Okay, let me be clear. But I don't think it's not any sort of positive proof.
Right. Also, it might suggest that all the data regarding some people being more prone to believing in God. By the way, look at how I'm wording it. I didn't say I didn't say prove. I didn't say it suggests. I said it might suggest. Okay, this is how you're careful with how the words they use. It might suggest that it shows that there's certain mindset that makes you more prone to believing in God and just seeing agency where agency doesn't exist, right? In fact, if anything, this shows that experiencing God, experiencing divinity, experiencing agency, it's more a product of emotional experiences rather than, this might, make you even, it has like as a skeptic, this should like make you even more skeptical, like about what you believe in, given that what you believe in could be so easily manipulated with chemicals, right? Then
I
like,
completely agree, and this is coming from
God,
someone who has had enlightening spiritual breakthroughs. Well, not on DMT, but similar stuff.
right.
I've experienced it myself, so I know what people are talking about. I know like what what the big hype is, right?
Right. Because you're,
yeah, and it's just like,
I mean, even because your mind is under influence of chemicals without you taking anything as well, right? Because it's under the influence of hormones, right? So you have to be wondering, like, what else do I believe without evidence under the influence of my own natural chemicals, right? So that have to make you like even more worried about the things that even if you don't believe in God, you have to be like you have to think like, what other conclusions am I coming up with that is because of the way my mind operates rather than actually having conclusions based on evidence and stuff like that. Anyways, we spent
and if you have a clinical mental health disorder,
right.
you are intimately familiar with this. I'm like, whew, I
But
need some SSRIs.
by the way, really kudos to people who do have mentally like chemical, mental disorders, and are more skeptical because of it, right? Like the people who recognize, like, because a lot of people have, who are, they know, the people who recognize that, oh, my brain operates this way, I should hold the conclusions that I come up with more loosely because of the way my brain operates. That is like a very, kudos to those people who figured that out. Anyways, next
It doesn't
question.
come easily.
No, okay. So this question is saying, did you watch ContraPoint's I think J.K. Rowling video? What did you think of it? Okay, so when you say did, you can't have thought. What did you think of it? I thought it was one of her worst videos. She basically called everyone a bigot. Is this a recent one or an old one? I don't think I watched.
Video.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I have no idea if you're describing it accurately, so I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know. But ContraPoint herself has been accused of being a transphobe by her own community. Dumbest. Yeah, I mean, ContraPoint being accused of being a transphobe proves that,
like how out of touch with freaking reality some people are.
Yeah, and it shows like every time somebody says like Wokistanis, woke school people are not a thing. It's not real. We could disagree on how big of a deal it is, but just remind them, like, yeah, one of the biggest trans right activists on the planet is now considered by many people to be a transphobe. So just the fact that that's a thing shows you that the woke school thing is real. So maybe we just
really bothers me. I've been watching a lot of Vosh video recently, and he says like anyone who says woke as a noun is an idiot that shouldn't be listened to, and I'm like,
but you say woke school.
Well, no, he even says like when I'm saying that I'm doing it in very specific circumstances, but
so are we.
Like, I think that there is a legitimate critique that a lot of people are using that as too broad of an umbrella and using it in completely like inappropriate instances. But in general, it's trying to capture a larger cultural phenomenon, and like we have to have a word for that. And
Yeah,
yes, this was a word that used to be a positive thing that's now become this negative thing to certain internet subcultures essentially, or intellectual spaces. But that bothers me. I'm like, we have to
yeah. I
have
don't.
a name to try to capture this phenomenon. But can I admit something?
Hmm.
I actually don't watch ContraPoints.
Hmm. I used to watch her a lot more, but I will watch this one.
I tried to get into her
I
because I
like
think
her.
her video
I
production
like
and
her.
like cinematography is amazing.
Yeah, she
But
makes me
I,
think
I
a
need
lot.
I need to give her another shot because when I
Yeah,
first tried watching her, I found her to be really annoying. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
love their videos. I mean, I still do. It's just they're not the topics. They're not the topics usually like that. And right now focusing on. But when I
Mhm.
was interested in that topic, like the production quality, oh my god, it's like every single one of them is a work of art. But going back to like Vosh calling, saying people who use woke as not like he's completely dismissing them. It's so bizarre to me that he said that because he says woke school, right? He calls out the people that we call out. He does that as well, but we're just not using the right label as like we're calling them woke. He's calling them woke school. Is that you're right? Is that what he calls? That's what he calls them. And is it just like is it just not the right label? Like I don't understand. Like oh, then is it he's being more specific about what he means because we're very specific about what we mean as well. I don't understand like what he that objection didn't make any sense to me. And I say this as somebody that likes a lot of the points that he brings up. Anyways,
Yeah, me
we
too. You've
should
gotten me into Vosh recently.
yeah. Music guy is saying correction, Armin, will you be Love Bunny, which is Ghost Bunny? Love Bunny's Valentine for Valentine's Day. Sure. Yes. Yeah. Why not? What does that entail? I don't even know.
I'm your Valentine. What are you talking about?
What? Wait, is it exclusive?
I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
Guys, is Valentine's exclusive?
Can I be
Um,
multiple people's Valentines? I don't know how. I don't know. Give me somebody. We need a lawyer. Um,
oh, Ben on Twitch. Guys, go follow us on Twitch. It's saying,
yes.
especially because there are less people in the chat there, so we'll see your comments more. Um, what are some ridiculous funny things in Sahih Bukhari and other hadiths? Give me some highlights. The one that we did a hadith comic for was fantastic. Which one was that again? That was the monkey stoning hadith. Obviously. That's a top 5. Is the Noah getting his clothes stolen by a rock so that Allah can make everyone see that he doesn't have a hernia or something? Is that also Buhari?
Yes, yes. Actually, this is a good. We're making the most ridiculous hadiths. We're making them, turning them into comics for our patrons. So, actually, do we have like the censored version for people of the monkey one that we made, monkey stoning one, so they could see? Hold on, let me actually bring it up. Yeah, actually,
We do
let
on
me.
Facebook. Oh yeah, no, go to blasphemousart.com and then you
Yes,
have the
yes,
tab for the illustrated scripture.
yes, 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 yes. Let me show you one of the most ridiculous hadiths.
It's so funny.
It's one, yeah. So if we go to, oh yeah, actually go to Blasphemous Art. I don't know why I went to our Facebook page for some reason. All right, so if you go here, screen share, and then if we do full screen, so if you go to blasphemousart.com, and then you go to illustrated scripture, you can see we have a comic which is censored because only our patrons get to see the full version, right? But yeah, if you want to see the view, if you're a patron, if you click on the view uncensored version, you're gonna see it. So this is a man that was passing by. So, do you want to read this?
Wait, I can't see. Okay. Buhari 3849. Quote, during the pre-Islamic period of ignorance, I saw a she monkey surrounded by a number of monkeys. Scroll down. I love our illustrator so much. The monkeys are going, ooh, ooh, ooh. In the translation, the monkeys is, you whore.
Guys, this is real hadith, okay? The reference is up
not
here.
not the monkeys saying you whore. That's not
Okay. This part is not. This part is not Islamic canon. This is just our artists being really funny. But the parts in the white boxes, they are authentic Islamic hadiths.
Oh, that makes me laugh every time. Ooh, you whore.
Okay.
Okay, I saw a she monkey surrounded by a number of monkeys. They were all stoning it because it had committed illegal sexual intercourse. And then it shows a hand picking up a rock, and then it says "I too," and then the text underneath that we can't show because of animal violence.
Animal abuse. Yeah.
I think it says like, and I too stoned it with them.
Yes. So basically, this is the hadith.
Why we stone women for adultery, you guys?
Yeah, because even animals apparently stone each other when for having sex out of marriage. Apparently, monkeys get married and they have legal contracts and stuff like that. So weird. Guys. That's authentic Islamic scripture. We're not making this up. Go look it up.
It's fantastic. Oh wait, saying Susanna, you are a wonderful person and very smart. Last simp of the day, LOL. But it is true. Well,
don't stop simping for Susanna. She likes it.
I know. I haven't had the.
Yeah.
They used to clamor. Where are they now? Oh, and Mars is also saying, be proud of yourself, Susanna. You kick ass. Thank you, Mars. It's good to see you.
Yeah, by the way, somebody is trying to thank you, Vikram, for correcting people. Some people are trying to say some other people are woke and all, but based on their standard of who's woke, I would be considered woke. Because Vikram is saying Armin believes trans women are women, you would call him woke by your ideology. Yeah, if that's your definition of who's woke, then consider me woke. Okay, so Maggie's saying don't believe it because it sounds good, believe it for a decent reason. Armin. Yeah, okay, that's good. I'll take that quote. Mars, yay, Mars is here. You want to read this one? You should read it yourself.
I just did.
No, you did? I missed
Did you
that.
just like have a memory hole moment?
I was reading the live chat.
Secular Rarity is saying thoughts on Lujan Al-Haflu being released from Saudi Arabia. Well, actually, we're going to talk about that on the news in 2 days. So, yes.
Biden's pressures are working. You're welcome. You're welcome for people who supported like the election of Biden. So again, this is, by the way, the fact that people are focusing on this more than the Yemen situation shows to me that a lot of people's priority. I mean, I'm glad for this woman. Okay, this is great. She should be free. Okay, but can we also celebrate more the hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be suffering less because of Biden pressuring Saudi Arabia to end the war in Yemen? Okay, and also, I know a lot of people use this as distraction. Just to be clear, I can't swear, can I?
Do it.
Fuck the Houthis, okay? Fuck the Houthis. Like, I just want to be clear that oh wait, is Houthi like okay? Fuck the Houthi government or whatever. Not all the people, okay? Because I don't know, maybe like some people, but they are garbage human beings they want the war. Like a lot of people think that because we're anti-Saudi Arabia, we're like, oh, the Houthis are not that bad. They are doing their best to try to make sure that Biden's push for ending the war in Yemen doesn't work. Okay, every time we're like, hey, let's have some peace, and like the Houthis are like, here's some missiles to escalate things. Okay, so just let's be clear, okay, because we're anti-Saudi Arabia, and so, again, not anti-Saudi Arabia, anti-Saudi government. Okay, because we're anti-Saudi's government, and because we are for ending the war, that does not make us pro-Houthi. Okay, fuck the Houthis. Oh wow,
Quick Google, it doesn't appear that Houthi is entirely an ethnicity. It's called that. The movement is called that because its founders from the Houthi tribe.
All right, then fuck the Houthis. Then fuck the Houthis. There we go.
Yeah.
We don't
so there is a tribe named this, but we're talking about the movement. Okay.
Okay, fuck the Houthi movement, not the Houthi tribe, because if there's a Houthi tribe, that means that they're like children in that tribe, right? So, yeah, fuck the Houthi movement. Not the do not. Yeah. So yeah. I have to be careful with this. Okay. I'm ex-Hindu. Wow, that's great. I love how you don't call yourself a Hindu atheist and you decide to go with ex-Hindu instead. Good. Love
this is something I've noticed, and let me be clear. This is, a pattern I have identified based on anecdotal experience. Okay. But when someone calls themselves a Hindu atheist, it's usually, again, anecdotal experience. A pretty good indicator that they're a BJP supporter.
Interesting.
I've noticed a pattern of certain people attacking us.
I would like people to say I'm an ex-Hindu atheist who, if you want to say you like the culture and history, say I'm a cultural Hindu. Culturally, I'm Hindu, not Hindu. Because if you say I'm Hindu, that means you still believe in that crap, right? So I think like cultural Hindu atheist makes more sense than just Hindu atheist.
What if you call yourself an atheist Hindu, like atheist Muslim?
No, I don't like that. No, I don't. I think that doesn't help. Right. This is it. Yeah. Anyways, I think you say cultural Christian, cultural Muslim, cultural Jew, but not a Jew. Oh, wait, I mean, Jew is different because it's also an ethnicity. That's a problem with Hindu as well. But anyways, this is
a little unrelated, but Cafe is saying, I appreciate you guys' opinion on DMT, but I really believe it's nothing more than a prejudiced opinion. You guys really want to judge DMT? Try it. Do you not think that trying it also results in a prejudiced opinion?
That's the worst way for you to come to a conclusion.
That's more prejudiced. What are you talking about?
Yeah, use personal experiences as a way to come up to a conclusion, right? Yeah, no, thank you. That's the worst. That is the worst way to come up to a conclusion. The only thing that you're gonna be able to conclude is what personal experiences that I have. It's not gonna give you any. It's not going to teach you anything about DMT. It's not going to teach you anything about objective reality. It's not going to teach you anything about the outside world. It's just going to only give you one data point. How does this thing affect my mind? That's the only thing that it's going to teach you. And even that is not reliable because you might experience something different under different conditions. If you try it again. So no, that's the worst suggestion so far today. Okay, using your personal experiences to come up with a conclusion. Yeah, no. Human mind is extremely flawed. That's why we have superior methods of trying to adjust for our biases. And again, like human mind is already very biased, very flawed when it's not being heavily impacted by chemicals, right? It's already untrustworthy. And you want us to be like, hey, this is why it's the worst suggestion ever, okay? Because when people say like, here's my personal experience, this is why this is true, that's already a bad suggestion. This is worse because here's personal experience while I was under an influence.
It literally produces a break from reality.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That's called psychosis.
Yeah, not a very good suggestion.
Bish is saying, do you think, similar to how many vegan extremists are ruining their movement, that certain anti-woke activists, the people who are always interested in the culture war, like James Lindsay, and even the far right, are making it harder to come after woke scolds?
Yes.
Short answer, yes.
Of course. We're more...
James Lindsay didn't used to be so nutty. Over
I am
the
actually
summer, he got nutty on Twitter.
yes. I am actually way more concerned with the anti-SJWs now than the SJWs. You know how the SJWs, like whatever you want to call them, Woke Gold or whatever, they were used as a cover. They use a very successful movement to jump on that bandwagon and suggest some things that was in complete contradiction. Like all the great movements that accomplished so much, like the gay rights movement, women rights movement, the minority rights movement, trans rights movements, all of those great movements that made a lot of Western countries a much better place. Again, not done, but a lot of progress. They jumped the popularity of those movements. They jumped on those bandwagon to use it to make to do the exact opposite of what those movements were about, right? Now the anti-SJW is also now doing the same thing. The anti-SJW movement became very popular, but the people that are jumping on that bandwagon, they're using it as a cover to even spread even more dangerous ideas than the woke people, because they're actually now spreading legit racism and legit transphobia, like actual, not like actual homophobia.
Do you have an example of that?
I mean, a lot of people who are saying, like, for example, you want me to call that content creators?
I think it would be helpful for the audience to give a frame of reference as to what you're referring to.
Okay, so for example, if you look at the things that Tim Pool is normalizing, or the things that Dave Rubin is normalizing, the things that Officer Tatum is normalizing, like actual, like office. I'm almost convinced that Officer Tatum is an actual a black white supremacist.
Same. Okay, guys. And I'm a person who I used to just, being like deep woke, I used to just throw that around like it was nothing, right?
No, yeah.
You paint that brush way too widely, and then I've become much more conservative about actually using that phrase or that label towards individuals,
Right.
till I really think it's like really appropriate. And I think he's a black white supremacist.
Actually, yeah, and like me and Susie, like when we're working, sometimes we're watching it, and sometimes he says things, and we just pause, and we're like, what did he just say? And then they complain like like they say everyone's a racist. Like, no, but you are a racist. But you are, like, no, it's not everyone. Yeah, there are some people that accuse everyone of racism, and it's uncalled for, but it's not uncalled for you. You are a racist. God damn it. Anyways,
no. Well, here's the thing. Officer Tatum, he said that he wants people like Nick Fuentes to actually become lawmakers, congressmen, to show the left what a white oh shoot, we're saying the WS.
Yeah, we should say it. Yeah.
Anyways, to show the left what that's really like. Because they just want to paint that on everything. Let's show them what it's really like. I want them to get in Congress. I want them, but he's at the same time saying like I don't like that rhetoric. So
yeah,
he doesn't like that kind of rhetoric.
No, but he actually
said the Groypers. But the thing is, his opinions about the black community.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how else to describe them. Like
yeah, every time he sees like white people doing something great, he's like, look, white people are so amazing. And every time a black person does something bad, like, oh my god, this is what everything. Like he comes up to general conclusions about all black people based on stories, anecdotes.
White football coach treated him in high school. I'm not exaggerating. Like he actually.
Anyways, we're getting off track.
A lot of Officer Tatum together. It's our favorite. It's our favorite. I know his theme song.
Right. Yeah,
Tatum show.
Okay.
We need a theme song like his because it's really good.
Okay. Okay, what is this one? Read this one.
Kenji, the potato enthusiast, is saying, I think the ContraPoints JK video was excellent and she made very nuanced analysis of JK's arguments without any personal attacks.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to keep an open mind.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it later. We're gonna see what we think. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but J.K. Rowling has no, like, doesn't have even the most basic understanding of the difference between gender and sex. The way she uses it interchangeably. Sometimes, like, I've seen like her turf manifesto, and she's like,
I didn't
even,
think that
I don't know. I
when I
think
read
like,
it. I didn't get that sense that she didn't
really,
understand fiction.
let's read it together, because she switches between talking about sex and gender within her writing. Like, I don't, like, what the hell, like. Okay, we'll could
We
review it
actually
together.
did read this in a patron call, like over.
No, but yeah, we actually identified a whole bunch of stuff that she said that was like ridiculous. So, anyways, let's continue. I don't remember it accurately. We could go back to it later. Um. Okay, hold on. Do you want to highlight something?
It's a lot of people fighting over who is their Valentine. um,
Wait, wouldn't
well,
we get banned if we bring him on here? So
I
Vikram
don't even
saying, "Have
think he's allowed to be on YouTube.
I don't
Um,
even know if I can mention his name
well, we already
without
did.
getting."
I've seen people talk about him before.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm not, I'm too worried about having him on any of our platforms. We might get punished
Well,
for
we
it.
have BitChute.
Yeah, but no one's there. Yeah, follow us on BitChute.
Link in the description. Vince is saying a lot of anti-SJWs aren't even against SJWs for the right reasons.
Yeah,
I think that's a very good way of putting
yeah.
it.
A lot of them are genuinely racist, and they're like, "Why am I being called out for my racism?" But
To be
again,
honest,
I'm not saying woke Pakistani Mujahideens are not a problem. They are. I mean, they go after each other. Like, you see,
it's a
like,
culture that eats itself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not a, like, there are times that it becomes really bad. Like, something happens and it becomes really bad, but it goes away fast as well. Like, I don't, like, how many people are dying because of this. You know what I mean? Like, it is a problem. It is ridiculous. We do
Actually,
want.
with the rollout of the COVID vaccine and certain arguments for equity and the way that things are being implemented, you could actually make that argument.
Yeah, yeah, okay, sure,
When I literally got
okay,
this has affected my life personally.
but
I
when
have
I think of, okay, yeah, okay, right. But I said this: the six main enemies of enlightenment, right?
Mhm.
It's Wokistani Mujahideen, the Western far right ideologies, Islam, Hindutva, Christianity, and the CCP. Okay, from all these six enemies of the Enlightenment, I think the Wokistani Mujahideen are doing the least damage compared to the other ones. I think so. That's what
I think it
Um.
really depends on the environment you're in. Like if you were in academia,
Hmm. I
this
mean,
would
the
be much more
Republican part.
likely.
You don't even have to go far right to uh, get the damage that the right is doing. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, just not the far right. Forget the far right. The Republican Party's anti environmental policies is costing the entire planet a lot more than a million, armies of, like, all of the Pakistani Mujahideen that we have. If you have 1,000 times more of that, it's not good. It's not even comparable to the amount of damage that the Republican Party. Again, I'm not even talking about far right. Just the Republican
Yeah,
Party
the
is doing to the
mainstream
planet.
GOP.
Mainstream GOP. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and here's the deal, like the woke really, to use the noun the Bosch hates so much. Um
Just,
they
just
are
use his term, woke scold. He uses that.
well, I mean, I'm not looking for his approval anyways. Um they're fueled by like the mainstream GOP, you know. And sometimes it's not even just like woke. it's just like liberals who have lost their minds. They're not even like woke flavored. They're just like resistance liberals who have lost their minds. But yeah, it's because, I mean, not to like point fingers or whatever, but it's very reactionary in response to the GOP.
I just want to be clear. We're not saying the Wokistani people are not a problem. The fact that we can't have this, we can't like we don't even know if we can have this guy on YouTube to debate him, to debate against him.
Yeah.
Shows like, the Wokistanis have had enough influence in YouTube's community standards and Facebook and Twitter. Like it's not like we're dismissing the damage that they cause. They do, right?
It's a problem in my workplace.
Yeah. So and it just like, so we do list them as one of the 6 threats to Enlightenment values. We just think it's the last one.
Yeah, some of the emails I get from my department are insane.
Okay, I'm gonna read this one.
Sabelo Toda 2 is saying, yes, you are correct about anti-woke are problems. Some are more problematic than others, like the quartering that just do it for the views. I'm not quite sure what you mean by the end there, but yeah, I mean, in any ideology, there will be people who are just doing it for the acclaim. That's not.
I don't understand this accusation of doing it for the views. Like, as opposed to what? That's not a problem if you're doing it for the views. Do you want to make a video and get less attention? Like, this whole idea of just doing it for the views, like, who has ever made a content that is not for the sake of more people seeing it? Every single author that ever wrote a book wanted to get more views on it. Wrote it in a way that will probably get more views. Every single, political activist, every single environmental activist, every single singer, every single any artist in the street that is playing, like, doing magic tricks, like, they're all doing it for the views. Like, what's wrong for doing it for the views, right? Like, you produce content for the views. What else would you like? If you want to make any changes, if you want to have any influence on anything, you need the views. You need people's attention. So I don't know I don't understand that. I keep saying, like, just doing it for the views, like, as opposed to what? Like, yeah, I hope I'll make a video and I'll just throw it in this like empty space, and I hope, like, I don't care if anybody comes across it. I don't know. Just
Wait, I saw a good comment from Bish. Oh yeah, I would like to state for the record that I also used to like James Lindsay before he started drinking the Kool-Aid. Technically, it's Flavorade. Maybe I'm past the culture war due to DMT. Sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, you.
Okay, maybe this is me, just being dismissive, but like, when people start talking about the culture war, I really start to tune out. Like, I feel like that's almost like a brand at this point, the culture war, and I'm like,
it's just a name, though, for something that we do. What's your problem with it? I don't have a problem with it. I do know that the culture war is used as a distraction for people to get away from other things, but you need to fight it. And if you know what I mean? Like, for example, you could say, like, talking about religion is harmful, right? But you need to address it. You need to, like, attack it so that it becomes less harmful, right? So the culture war is used as a way to, for people, like, for politicians, to, instead of focusing on doing what they're supposed to do, providing people with what they need and protecting them and all of that, is to use these press this emotional buttons that gets people angry or very passionate because they fail at actually delivering what they're supposed to deliver, right? It's a distraction. But just because we know it's a distraction, you can't just wash your hands off of it, because you need to even make it stop work, because it's not going to go away if you don't attack it, right? to make it stop being a distraction, you actually need to go get involved in it and attack it. Like, you need to get your hands dirty. You need to participate in the culture war for it to stop being useful. Like, you can't, yeah.
Well, I think that's a better way to put it. Is I find it to be a distraction. That's why I'm frustrated by it.
Right.
But when people who throw around the phrase culture war like very liberally, I mean, I understand, like, my problem with Vosh just dismissing woke. Like, well, we're using a word to try to capture a cultural phenomenon that's going on. Like, and culture war is that same thing. It's just a phrase trying to capture this thing going on in our culture at this time. But when I feel like people start to attribute culture war to stuff that is just like a nothing burger, and maybe it's because I'm more globally focused nowadays, but I'm like, guys, we got to talk about what's going on in Yemen. We got to talk about what's going on in India right now. Like, that, you want to talk about culture war? Let's talk about the BJP. Like, yeah, it's, I get very.
All right, we have only 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
I don't understand this question, so I'm not going to highlight it because I don't. Do you think Iran gets away its name since Iran Persianized version literally means Aryan? It means the land of the Aryans, or like what they think, like the nobles or something like that. But what do you mean? Do you think Iran gets away its name? Gets away with its name? It's the oldest name. Okay, guys, the word Aryan is not a dirty. It wasn't a dirty word. This is why a lot of people say
Big H.
Yeah, until the big. Well, I mean, these are just a group of people. Like, I mean, they're not around anymore. Like, they're mixed with everybody else. But it was the land of a whole bunch of Aryans at some point, right? I don't understand why we have to demonize that word. You're not claiming that there's anything superior about them. You could just refer to them. I mean, to be honest, though, a lot of Iranians do claim that they're superior because of being of that race. So yeah, fuck them. But just like saying that this was the land of these people and naming it at that because of that, I don't think that's an issue. I think a lot of people say, like, don't say, like, they just say Indo-European and stuff like that because it's just became a dirty word. It's just like a gene pool. Like, it's not a dirty thing, right? Claiming that it's superior is a dirty thing, but just referring to it is not. Here, I don't know if this is true. Fun fact: no politician in India is a capitalist. That's why India is still a poor nation. No politician, like zero. That sounds like an absolute statement that could be proven wrong.
Itself has 180 million members.
Yeah, like if I could prove you wrong by just finding a single. Yeah, see, you can say like very little or like not that many or something like that. It's really easy for you to be proven wrong when you make absolute statements like that. You should do a live stream watching ContraPoint JK. Well, we can't. It's a long video. Look, when we review 10-minute videos, it takes an hour. Yeah. So how do you think it's gonna go if we watch an hour long? Usually her video. I haven't watched this one yet. I'm actually gonna go watch it probably right. Maybe later today. But there's usually her videos are long. I think Armin and Susanna ignored my question to be their Valentine. No, I didn't see it. If we didn't see your question, don't be angry. But you are too late. We've already been asked. I mean, I don't know. Is it been? Do we have? Is Bobo here? We need a lawyer to say if you could have, if it's legally possible to have more than.
You want to know something? That reminds me. Actually, no, I'll tell you off air. This is actually a very good question. Ben on Twitch is saying, what are some of the ideological disagreements you two have with each other?
Ooh.
This is a very good question. Well, to be honest, I scrapped most of my positions on things in the past year, and I'm going about the slow process of trying to have better reasons to believe what I believe. So it's hard when I don't have like a ton of ideologies that I'm feel strict loyalty to at the moment.
We agree so much. I can't think of anything. God damn it.
Ideologically, yeah,
Yeah, we're
there's
like,
like petty disagreements.
yeah, we don't have yet any disagreements. God damn it. That would be an interesting. When we find one, let's have a debate live on air.
Yeah, a lot of the thing is that I still need to learn a lot more about a lot of stuff. And I'm sure like once it become more certain about certain positions, there'll be stronger differences. But yeah, I'm trying to get a better epistemology nowadays, so it takes
A
me a
lot,
bit longer.
a lot of people are asking questions without tagging Atheist Republic. Maybe that's why your questions are not being. Look at these. Everybody's tagging us. That's why we have. There was there was one person that didn't tag us. Oh, you already.
People are saying,
Where was there? Somebody said what the F, Armin? Where is that? Like somebody was saying I was wrong. I want to find that. Oh my god, I lost it. Somebody said I'm wrong about something. I wanted to highlight it. Oh, here. Nah, Armin, what the fuck? Wokistanis are screwing freedom. They want to limit free speech, cancel anyone with opposing opinions. Fuck that shit. Well, first of all, I
"Wanna talk
didn't.
about that?"
You can't listen. You're incapable of listening. You don't understand what we're saying. First of all, we didn't say that we are pro the Wokistanis. Okay, so maybe increase your maybe be a little bit less dumb. Okay, listen
Oh,
to what we're saying. Okay, try understanding what we're saying. Also, you don't understand freedom of speech. Okay, you could be like they're pro censorship, but freedom of speech, the difference between violating freedom of speech and censorship, they're not always the same thing. For your free speech to be violated, the government has to be involved, kind of like when Trump said like burning the flag should be illegal, something like that. um so far, the people who are actually limiting freedom of speech across the world, they seem to be more right wing than left wing. Unless, yeah, actually, no.
globally.
If you had the CCP, maybe not. Okay, but more
Mm.
overall, maybe in Western countries at least, right? But if you go to India, then it's right wing mostly. But again, like look at the way you listen. Look at what we said. We said Wokistanis are one of the six threats to enlightenment values, and you're saying like, no, what the fuck, Wokistanis are screwing freedom. Like you have just like, God damn it! Like sometimes you guys really disappoint me. Okay,
Look at
Bishop
what
said
you did. You disappointed.
you can't listen. You don't know how to listen. I think okay. So Bish is saying I think if David Pacman was able to bring on a debate, Richard effing Spencer, then you ought to be able to debate Nick Fent. Okay, you
How
don't
long ago
understand.
was that?
Yeah, and also we don't have a giant channel like that where if something happens to it, so many
She'll
people
get
will
attention.
notice and reach out to David Pac. David Pacman, when his channel was demonetized, it got a lot of attention, right? We're not that big. We're not going to be able to reach out to the YouTube gods and be like, hey, guy, like when we reach out to the YouTube gods, they're like, look at these idiots. They think like we have the manpower to pay attention to their tiny channel. Okay. So we're not there yet. So we can't afford to make that risk like that. Are you ever going to make videos about how crazy televangelist is and the scandal? I mean, we do sometimes make it when it becomes newsworthy and relevant, but not. It's just like so easy. Like they're so dumb. I don't know. If it comes something that is relevant now, is Susanna frozen for you guys as well, or is it my internet? Oh no, you're back.
Well, and to be honest, I feel like most North American atheists already cover that out the wazoo.
Yeah, that was already
Already
been covered.
so talked about. Like, I'm so much more interested in stuff that every
Yeah,
other American atheist doesn't cover.
right. Yeah, it's over unless it's like something that's relevant to the news, then we'll cover it. Like we're not going to dedicate a live stream to it. I don't think so. BGP is socialist. If you're capitalist in India, you don't win elections. Ask
We
any
already
Indian. Yeah, okay, but again, what you said earlier was there's again what you're saying right now doesn't fix what you said before. You said there's no politician that is capitalist. I'm pretty sure. I'm okay.
Yeah,
India is a big
Darwinian
country.
atheist, the problem he has with it is the absolutism of your statement.
Yes, I'm pretty
That
sure
everyone
I'm
caught
going
on,
to be able
okay?
to find. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to find a politician in India that is like 100, like uber more capitalist than I am.
That's pretty capitalist.
You're right. I mean, I disappoint everyone. We all cannot be great and awesome like Susanna. We love those dimples.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Aryan.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was a good comeback. Yeah, that was a good fix. Yeah, Vikram agrees with you. Hector saying, Armin,
You know
read
what
my
we call
question.
this?
You know.
Wait. You know what we call this? We call this light work. It's light. It's light work.
All right. Let's do just two more and then we'll go. What is your favorite dog movie? They always make me cry when something happens to the dog. I don't have
um
I hate dog movies.
uh movie with um
The one
movie
that has dog recipes. It's a cooking show.
returning home.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Heck,
Okay, no, and I have a good answer to this. Where'd it go? Um uh Dog movie, Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound is such a good movie. I loved that as a kid. So there you go. And the 1993 version, obviously.
hmm. I hate dog movies. I never, yeah. Sorry. Evolution believes in the okay, I can't take the rest of your question serious. Evolution believes? How could you like this is
This
the
is
person that called me a nut and now they're saying evolution believes. Evolution
uh
believes like okay, let's invite evolution here and talk to them and see what they evolution believes in superiority of some races and inferiority of others. You have no idea what you're talking about. Why do you change your
what?
views? What?
What?
Oh my god, Hector, you're like you're okay.
Oh.
Okay, invite you reach out to him or her. It's probably a her. Bring her and bring her as we'll debate her. We'll debate evolution. Evolution believes. God damn it! How dumb do you have to be to speak like that? Okay.
I'll be praying for you, Hector.
Armin hates dogs because of his Abrahamic mindset. I don't hate dogs; they're delicious. When you going to cover about the nation found? What is this? I don't understand this. Do you know what this is?
I have no idea.
I have no idea what this is. Something that we might want to look up. All right, we need to go, but we have a celebrity here.
Yes!
Yes, actually, tell
Hi!
people about this before we go.
Hi! So guys, Horace was nice enough to invite me to co-host the House of Sin this week. So I will be co-hosting Horace's show this week, which is so cool. I'm very
Yes,
excited. So
without me, for the people who don't like me, for the people who come here for Susanna and don't, they just have to tolerate me. There's going to be a show with Susanna without me, so go check it out.
if you just want more of the dimples. Um so yeah, that's going to be fun. It will be like Sunday night for if you're in North America, or Monday morning if you're in Australia. So yeah, tune in. I'm excited. I have no idea what we're gonna talk about yet. But
Yeah.
I will be, Horace, I told you that one day I am coming for the Sultanate. And you
Ooh.
have let me in your front gates yourself.
It's just gonna
What you
take
gonna do
over.
about
She took over Atheist Republic. She's gonna take over the Sultan's channel as well. So we don't know.
He's not joking.
Yeah. Well, this is about Harris. You've been warned. Yeah. So by the way, go check out Harris Sultan's channel. Just search for Harris Sultan. And also, he's coming. Harris Sultan is going to be on Secular Jihadist as a guest.
Wait, when? I didn't. What?
What, I don't know the time yet. Ali Rizvi manages that, so I have to look up what it is.
I'm usually like a hawk on your guys' schedule. How did I not know this?
Okay. All right. This was a great way to end this. Thank you so much, Kenji, saying this was a fun stream. And yeah, we're at the 1 hour mark. So yeah, great. Subscribe to our newsletter. You get our blasphemous art for free. Link in the description. Oh, and we got a super chat.
Wait, I need to. Horace is saying plenty of space in my harem. Horace, you couldn't handle it.
You will. Okay. If you let Susanna in, you're gonna be in Susanna's harem. Okay, that's what it's gonna end up like. Anyways, by the way, guys, get our blasphemous art for free. Link in the description. Subscribe to our newsletter. Yeah, the non-nude version is available for free to our newsletter subscribers. The nude versions are available to our patrons on Patreon. Okay. Verum gave us. Oh, that's okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you for the $5, Varun. Varun is saying, Susanna, give Hindutva guys all the goodies. There are many travelers on Horace's show. Maybe I should wear this shirt just to
Ooh.
decimate his follower count like the last time we were on his channel.
Yeah, just like stand up, show people.
Horace is gonna be like, I need to stop having Atheist Republic on my channel because every time I am, my like ratio plummets. I get follower deficits.
All right.
We
Okay.
always screw with AP's audience.
Yeah. Oh, we have to go.
Can't take us anywhere. Yes, but a fun stream.
Yes. All right, guys. I'm gonna lose.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Subscribe to our newsletter. Get our blasphemous art for free, like the one that Susanna's wearing. Bye.